I would describe the month of May as a tasty month here on the Sunrise Show because all month long we've been featuring your recipes. We're calling it the Summer Favorites edition of our Viewer Recipes series. So if you were watching last hour, you saw us hanging out at the home of viewer Jonathan. Show me viewer Jonathan's home. There it is. How about this?
It's a great backyard.
Yeah, he and his wife have a beautiful piece of property out there in Oregon City. And then let me tell you what he does at that property. At that home of his, Jonathan makes a delicious summertime treat. He calls it his smoked maple butter pecan ice cream. Yes, that is a mouthful, but I promise you, it is a tasty mouthful. Joining me for this segment, not only do we have the viewer Jonathan in studio with us, we have the Nina and the Rod. So I said these words, guys. Yeah. I had to think about it because this is a bold statement.
Yeah.
Best ice cream I've ever tasted. Agree or disagree?
It's amazing. It is amazing.
It's really incredible.
Yeah.
I've never had none any better. I love having pecans. Oh, what's this? There's something spicy, a kicking with the nuts.
That's a little cayenne pepper on there.
Wow.
So I would also say that this is probably the longest recipe we've ever posted. If you go to my Facebook page right now, we can show you the post because it's me and Jonathan in his kitchen sort of staring at a bowl of ice cream that I then quickly devoured. Right next to that picture is the recipe spelled out. And yes, you probably, if you print it, you'll require 2 pieces of paper. There is some detail here. Talk about the tools you'll need to pull off this recipe, Jonathan.
Well, you'll need a Traeger smoker or equivalent. That's the key. Basically a frying pan, some utensils, bowls to mix it up, ice cream maker.
Ice cream maker.
Ice cream maker's key.
And then the Traeger. When you first told me about this recipe, I said, wait a minute, this dude is making ice cream with the Traeger. It makes no sense, so why the Traeger?
You got to impart the smoke into the pecans.
Okay.
So that's what does it. That's what gives it the special kick.
And we went to his house the other day, my photographer Chad and I did, and watched you put this together. Now, we didn't stay for the whole thing because really, from beginning to end, if you just started from scratch and took it all the way to the part where you're putting it into containers into the freezer, the process takes how long?
This one's a little longer because of the pecans. That will take you a couple of hours, another hour or 2 to make the ice cream. So you're looking at about 4 hours or so to make a batch of this.
Nina, do you have an ice cream maker in your kitchen?
No, I do not.
Rodney Hill, do you have an ice cream maker in your kitchen?
In the garage.
You have one?
You do?
No.
You can make this recipe in theory.
I have a Traeger and an ice cream maker.
Oh, you're in.
Do you make ice cream with your ice cream maker?
We have made ice cream. My grandfather made ice cream often, so I do it maybe twice a year.
I'm not going to ask you to throw your grandfather under the bus, but have you yourself ever produced ice cream with your ice cream maker that tasted as good as this ice cream does?
No, it's I can't really wrap my head around, but I'm telling you what, if this was in a store, it would fly off of the shelves and become the best seller.
We've had Tyler Malik on from Salt and Straw quite a number of times over the years. Yep. Tyler does great work. Salt and Straw makes, I think, a great ice cream.
You've been to Tillamook to taste all of their flavors too.
They don't make an ice cream better than this one. I'm not just blowing smoked pecans up your backside.
Well, let me say that. Not to throw any commercial ice cream maker under the bus, but to do so. They would never put this many pecans in. I mean, it's amazing.
Probably.
I'm not gypped
And
at
there's
all.
a great kind of like, other than the crunch, I mean, there's kind of that like really good kind of frost crunch to it, other than the pecans, but it is just delicious. And it does have that hint of heat from the cayenne that just kind of, leaves it in the back of your throat.
No.
I don't know if I can show it one more
It's a
time.
winner.
Just to let people know, if you want to try this recipe at home, if you want to get the ice cream maker and the Traeger, go to my Facebook page, Drew Carney, KGW TV, the entire recipe spelled out. And yes, we're told we want to keep this segment going. Viewer recipes, summer favorites, all summer long, but I do need more recipes, so you can submit them directly to me through that Facebook page or that email address. And I tell you what, that one works, but if you get rid of the one, it also works. dcarney@kgw.com works just as well. Please send me your recipes, and you can be a star on TV like viewer Jonathan. Thank you, buddy. That was awesome.
Thanks, man. Good.
Rodney Hill, your turn.
I really can't wrap my mind around how good this truly is. That's why I'm kind of subdued. Because it's just, I'm like, wow.